Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. MrRecon here with the Girls Expect 2 video for you guys. Today we're doing another account Overlook video. It's been a while, but hey, we're gonna do one, and this time we're gonna do it on AV's account. I lost your questions, AV, but I remember what they were. Essentially, AV was saying that she focuses mostly on PvE, not really caring about PvP, which is good. She had a question of whether she should wait for Angelica to build LV5. I already looked, and she already built it. That's great. It's gonna help you out. We'll go into further stuff on that. But before we get into the rest of the video, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Your support's really appreciated. Don't forget to smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, and leave a comment down below and give AV some love for sharing her account. Okay, so first off, your girls are pretty good so far. You have really mainly two damage dealers, Estel and Angelica. As far as the bosses we have currently in the game, we mostly have single target bosses, so Angelica does the best there. If you go into Sky Island, though, Estel with Blair is the best combo, usually. Last season of Sky Island, it was like really bad. It was just horrible in general, and there were some other teams that did a little bit better in certain situations. But for the majority of part, Sky Island, Estel, and Blair are going to be the best combo to use. Of course, they need support, but that's the way to go. But as far as if you don't care much about that, you could just make another Jellic at some point, and then your PvE team will be set. You'll be fine because you have Sivney already, which is great. She's a big component in PvE now. You can leave her at LB3. You don't have to go to LB5 if you want to. That's just a matter of trying to get higher damage if that's what you're aiming for. Linky can stay at 10 stars. Well, it's fine. Frexy could stay at 10 star. Frexy's only really used for practical works and go bust 61. So if you're trying to push there for high damage and see how far you can get, that's where we use Frexy, but otherwise she's not really useful yet in any other game modes, but we'll see if we get anything else. Izanami you can really just use in Test and Sanctuary to help out there. Of course, she's great in PvP as well, but we're talking about PvE, guys. So you have that for Sanctuary there. Cassie helps boost damage, they're good. Rogue, if you've already beat Patrol, you could switch her into something else if you have it at some point. No rush on that, but it's alright. So your team would look kind of like, let's say you're not doing practical works, Guild Boss 61, you could do like Linky, Sivney, Cassie, Estel, Angelica, and Rogue, or you could try the Frexy and switch him in and out and see what it does. You know, don't really need the Frexy if you're not doing Guild Boss 61 in that. So, or practical works. That's pretty simple there. Pretty good. As far as anything else you have, nothing really. Yeah, so just start building up your resources again. I know you have capsules. So I'm guessing you didn't want to pull for Christmas, which is fine. So Chinese New Year, hopefully it's a good girl. Hopefully whatever we get there can help you, and then you can use your capsules. If not, you can just keep saving them until you find a PvE girl that works good for you, which is smart because you know you don't care about PvP, AV. So you could just focus on PvE stuff, and you can just sit there with your capsules and wait. I know it kind of sucks, but you know, why not just wait for something that's good that comes around that does a lot of damage? You be like, I could use this. I got capsules for it. Bam, my account's golden. This is what I want to do. That's great. You don't have many enrolls, but you already got 70. What was the big thing from getting enrolls? You already did that, so that's great. So we don't have to worry about that. So of course, you'll have more enrolls eventually again. So whenever we have a girl that's important to you that you need to use on your team to help do PvE damage or support, whatever it is, you'll have those enrolls for that girl as well. You go to house exams, patrol, you're 89, so you're going to use that rogue to finish it. You can also use Angelica, that helps too, to help finish that. You can use her, you can use both of them. You're gonna leave a lot of energy ones. Give you energy? Juju bead? I forgot the name of them. Something like that. But looking good there. What else we got? Get good on slots to use whenever you need it. Get some more rolls. Servants. In your servants, since you're doing only PvE stuff, you can. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. You gotta have a yawn. It can't be a video without a yawn. You can use Hunter instead for the alt core if you want to. I know you don't probably have a lot of gold. Let's see here real quick. Yeah, so I understand that. So you could just keep using Deerling for now, or you could just, I don't know. It's up to you. But if you're only focusing on PvE, Hunter is probably going to be the best way to do it. I know there is some game modes where PvE Deer kind of helps out a little bit more in certain situations, but it's very situational. Hunter's the go-to on most people doing for PvE damage, so you can always switch over to that at some point whenever you want to. Not a rush, but whenever you have a chance. Good on that stuff. Looking good. See, like if you're focused on PvE for this on the Skull Excursion, I never really touched into this, but this is a good way to touch into it. Since this is all you're focused on. You could just start working on attack. You don't have to even them out. So like you don't need crit. You don't need to upgrade that really. Or speed for that matter, because you're usually faster than all the PvE bosses anyways. You don't have to upgrade that AV. You could just leave it alone. You could literally just focus on attack and health, because some girls, like your support girls, you're going to want to put in health because you want them to stay alive as long as possible. That way they can keep your damage dealers alive. It's usually how I've perceived it and how it's worked. If I support have really high health, they can stay alive long enough to help support keep the damage dealers alive, which have low HP but extremely high attack. So right here, you're good with, you would probably, if when you're doing other PvE modes, like let's say your patrol's not happening, right? You could switch this out for the Estel right here. I wouldn't put her in crit chance personally. I put her in attack so she could do more damage. You can usually get some pretty high crit out of Estel anyway. Angelica, not so much, but you still want to put her in attack anyways. That's where you're gonna get a lot of damage. So just focus on one at a time. So just take your attack to 30 first, AV, and then go to your health to 30. That makes sense. I know you have to like stagger them up to get to 30. I know that, but just focus on the one all the way to 30 first, and then do that. And then you can do the other three, however you so choose to. But really, PvE, the only two that are going to matter are attack and health, to tell you the truth. Unless we get a girl that needs this crit on her. We don't know, but as of right now, you don't need to worry about it. Let's see. Don't care about PvP. I'm not going to look at that. How are you doing on tests? 606. It's kind of honestly probably hard for you. You don't have many girls, so it's okay as long as you're logging in and getting those rewards, trying to finish it. Fine. 15 on tests. Monica could help out there. You don't have a Diana. At some point, you can get a Diana to help you with that. Diana will also help you in sanctuary damage if you care about that. So at some point, you could try to get her. That's up to you though. Oh, another yawn. Yeah, overall, you're not doing bad. Oh, antiques. Let's look real quick. Have you got any pay-to-win antiques? Just one so far. So keep getting your lucky charms. You can get Soul Destruction and Thorn's Heart. You could probably go for Thorn's Heart to get damage that way. A lot of people are using that nowadays with the extra damage it does after the initial hit. Wings of Icarus is still really good for Angelica and Blair as far as PvE damage wise goes. But like for Estel, I'd probably go with Thorn's Heart on the pink 3 with her. I've used Soul Destruction, it's really good. I've used Wings of Icarus, kind of the similar for Estel. Estel does benefit from Wings of Icarus, pink 3. But I'm gonna try Thorn's Heart, pink 3 if we ever have Sky Island again and see how she performs with that on her. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, as far as like AV, you're doing great. Just keep. The only thing I could recommend building another girl is an Angelica, to tell you the truth, and Viera helps in some modes, but not as much. Don't need to build a psychic. In some modes, another Cassie will help out with damage too, having 2 Cassies for PvE stuff. And then, of course, if you care about Sky Island, you would build a Blair and another Estel. At least 2 Estels and 1 Blair. That's later down the road if you care about doing lots of damage to Sky Island. You can still do lots of damage with Angelica, but just the Estel Blair does more. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you. Pretty straightforward, simple. AV, you're doing very well. You're got capsules. You're ready to go on that. So you're looking great. Just a couple things here and there, but you're doing a great job, AV. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe out there. It's a crazy world. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.